Hi, I'm Dale LePage.
And I'm Tina Marie Billing.
Welcome to New England Pride TV.
Hey, 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 tune in, show us you got New England pride. Show us you've got New England pride. Stand up, shout out, show us you got New England pride. Show us you've got New England pride. New England pride.
I would like to present Broken Tail Rescue. Broken Tail Rescue is a 501c3 nonprofit foster-based rescue organization dedicated to the rescue of unwanted and abandoned cats and dogs in urgent need and in danger of being euthanized.
Broken Tail Rescue's goal is to responsibly rehome these pets while working on educating our community on responsible pet ownership. Please contact Broken Tail Rescue at 774-314-2520 or go to info@brokentailrescue.org. Thank you.
New England Pride TV is brought to you by the Hanover Theater for the Performing Arts, Remax Vision, Bay State Savings Bank, Safe Homes, Joseph Gonzalez Doframe, Boston Wedding Photographer, Paul Chasen Interior Design, Nuovo Restaurant, Dr. Frank P. Fetchner Plastic Surgery, Fallon Health, The Queen's Cups, Escape Games Worcester, The Fireplace Room Restaurant, Art Reach, Electric Haze, Bull Mansion, Ellie's Pet Barn, and Next Level Pet Care.
Hey kids, we are back with more New England Pride TV. Once more, I bring you interesting, fascinating people who are doing great things for the community. And if you are a fan of New England Pride TV, you're no stranger to James Duggan and Yolanda Walker. Now, one thing I want to get across is you are here to talk about Worcester's first LGBTQ film festival called
Q-Flix.
Yes, which first of all, I love the name.
Thank you.
Now, Q-Flix originally started where?
Philadelphia.
And how'd that come around or come about?
There was a film festival in Philadelphia, an LGBTQ film festival that ran 19 years. And then the organization that ran it died on the vine. And there was going to be no festival in Philadelphia.
It ran for 19 years,
19
and then just kind of like fizzled out, or just was done?
The leadership walked away.
Okay.
And the problem with that was they didn't prepare for leadership.
Okay.
So they weren't prepared for transition into a new team.
Okay.
So when that festival died, I went to one of the original founders and said, Philadelphia is too big not to have an LGBTQ plus film festival. And we started Q-Flix.
And so did you come up with a name?
Yes.
Which is brilliant.
Thank you.
I love that. So when did you start? When did you kind of take over then?
5 years ago.
5 years ago. And what's the response been in your Philadelphia branch?
Philadelphia has been phenomenal. We have grown in numbers. We've grown in days. We just moved to a new festival headquarters. And next year, we're going to continue to expand it.
Now I'm very curious when it comes to things like this. And like this is a very big deal for our community to have an LGBTQ film festival. And how many people are on your committee? I mean, you seem to be, the president in charge.
Well, Worcester, we have 10 or 11 people on our committee. And then we're soliciting host committee members now and sponsors.
Now, what made you choose Worcester, Massachusetts as your second location for this film festival?
We looked up and down the East Coast. I had relationships in Worcester, so I was familiar with the city. And I was impressed with the renaissance that was taking place downtown.
Yeah,
And
it is pretty remarkable.
And I felt that QFlix would be a perfect fit to grow with the city.
Now, the first time QFlix came to Worcester was last year?
Last September.
Last September. And you took over the stunningly beautiful Hanover Theater for the Performing Arts, who are sponsors of our show. Thank you, Hanover Theater. Plug for the Hanover, right? And when you first approached the Hanover Theater to have this kind of film festival, how many days did you think about having? How many days did it go on?
4 days.
4 days.
Yes.
Is it going to be 4 days again this year?
It'll be 4 days again this year, and hopefully it'll be 5 days next year.
Now, how many films get shown per day?
It varies depending on the schedule. There are 15 time slots throughout the festival. We
Oh.
fit about 35 films within those 15 time
Wow.
slots.
I had no idea. I could only make 4 last year, but I loved what I saw, and and all of the films that you show for the film festival are they submitted to you, or do you go looking for them?
It's a process where people submit to us, and we go seeking out. We
Okay.
hear about films from other festivals.
Right.
We want them for our festival. We know distributors, we know filmmakers, but people also submit to us.
And one of the things that I loved last year was some of the actors that were in the film. They come in and they take part in your film festival, which was so wonderful to see, because I thought the movie that I'm speaking of was great. It was about two high school kids. One was
that was very good.
It was
Yeah.
very good, and I
It was
actually
very
saw it
good.
again. I think I saw it twice. It was so good, and I loved it. And the acting was fantastic and funny and fun. And, oh yeah, it was so good. Now, when is the festival happening this year?
October 11th to the 14th.
Okay, and it's happening also on, I think, somewhere around National Coming Out Day,
Opening night is National Coming Out Day.
which is brilliant planning.
Thank
So
you.
bravo to you. That's clever. I know a lot of the things are kept secret, but a few of the movies you can let us know are going to be playing, correct?
Yes.
A few?
Shadowlands, Charlie David is the director and actor.
Wait a minute, Charlie David, I know that name.
Yes, Charlie David is from Dante's Cove.
Yes,
Yes.
that's how I know the name.
Yes, Charlie will be at the festival this year.
And if I'm not mistaken, I think he actually hosted a travel show. He was the host of a travel show. I watched. I liked that. Yeah, in Canada, I think. Yeah.
Yes,
It's great.
in Canada. He's
Yeah.
from Canada.
Is he from Canada?
Yes.
All right. So he's the director and actor in Shadowlands.
Shadowlands.
Shadowlands. Can you give me a little
Shadowlands is a trilogy.
plot? Oh, didn't know that.
So it starts in an early time period, and then its next trilogy is another time period with the same souls.
Like a reincarnation kind of thing. So is this sci-fi?
No,
Okay. All right. Okay.
it's fantasy.
Okay. All right. It's fantasy.
Yeah.
Which, who doesn't fantasize about Charlie David, right?
Yeah, exactly. he's not just beautiful.
I know. So you've got Shadowlands. Now it's a trilogy. Are there all 3 movies, or just one out now, or
It's the trilogies. It's the trilogy within a movie.
within the movie?
Yeah.
Oh, even better.
Yeah.
So you got Shadowlands coming up. What else do you have?
We have a couple of shorts. We have a beautiful woman's film, Blindsided.
And did you find that, or did they reach out to you?
We found that from Philadelphia. That was a Philadelphia filmmaker.
Oh, wonderful. Now, are there movies that get buzz and you're like, we've got to check into this, or we've got to?
Yeah, there's a long list of films that I'm in love with.
Okay.
That are hard to get because they're owned by film studios or distributors.
Oh, okay.
So they're harder to get for the festivals
Yes.
than indie would.
Right. Now, I want to touch a little bit on you, Yolanda. You are the executive producer or associate producer
Yes, I
of
am.
QFlix.
Yes,
Now,
as of today.
this
It's a
is
very new role.
A new title for you. I was going to bring that up. Now, how did you get involved with QFlix?
Well, last year I'd heard that they were coming around. I really didn't know anything about it. My wife and I, we just decided, let's check it out. So we checked it out. We were very pleased. It's something that Worcester has never seen. You know, we never had anything like that around here. So, you know, we thought, why not go support?
Right.
We went for the first night of the showing. We had seen, I believe, 2 movies. And we absolutely fell in love with it. And I think, I'm not sure if we approached James and we had said, you know, we love the festival, but are there any women movies? You know, no lesbian movies. So he had said, yeah, we do have a few. So we came back the next day and we had seen one, and we came back the 3rd day and we saw another one, and we were hooked. We were hooked, and you know, I believe I'd asked, you know, how can I be a part of this? You know, this is going to be big. This is going to be big, and this is really good for Worcester, and I want to be a part of it. So he had said, you know, I'll give you a call, you know, next season, and, you know, we'll, you know, see where it goes from there. And he had called me when they started having meetings this year, and I'm part of it now, and I absolutely love it. I'm excited for it. I'm excited for Worcester, and I can't wait to see the lesbian films that come out with this festival as well.
Great. Are you looking for sponsorships from?
Yes, we're
Okay.
looking for corporate sponsors
Yep.
and personal hosts, individual hosts.
All right. So, personal sponsors, individual hosts. You know, this is James Duggan. This is who you want to. Unfortunately, we have like 45 seconds left. I wish we could have 10 more minutes at least. But we're going to get the website out there. We're going to get the Facebook page out there. We're going to get the dates again. And 1, 2, 3, go.
The dates are October 11th to 14th, 2018. The website is qflixworcester.com, and the Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram is at qflixworcester.
All right, fantastic. So if you want to find out any more about the LGBTQ Film Festival, and you know what, it's not just Worcester County. We had people driving in from Boston too.
Oh my goodness,
Yeah,
yes.
from all over
Yes,
actually.
from all
Rhode
over,
Island,
yes.
yeah,
New Hampshire.
Mhm, New
yeah. So
Hampshire,
this
yeah.
is truly bringing the community together. So high five on that one. Good for you. Yeah.
great.
All right. Thank you so much. We will be back with more New England Pride TV right after this. Hey kids, welcome back to New England Pride TV. You know, we always try to get inspiring people on this show, and Lord knows we've had so many. And again, we bring you some inspiring people because right now, my guests are Linda Lloyd and Dana Lloyd, and they are the executive director, actually owner, and the vice president of Angels Answer, which is, I know you as Angels and Backpacks, or
Right, yeah.
Okay. So it's called Angels and Backpacks to me.
Yep.
And I was first introduced to you, I think, on my radio show.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
And you blew me away. I had a food drive for you, which
you
went
did.
really well.
Wonderful.
Very well.
Let's tell our viewers at home about how you started this, why you started this, and
Okay.
how far you've come.
Okay.
All right.
Right. So we started back in 2011 when the tornadoes came through Munson and Brimfield, and I have always been interested in the plight of people in need all my life. So when the tornadoes came through, I was called the Food Angel, and we put together thousands of dollars worth of food, and we put bags together, brown bags, out to go out in the field for the people who were affected by the tornadoes, and that started me back then. And then my dad was a veteran in World War II, so I got to know anything, you have to experience it. So
Right,
I knew
right,
hunger
right.
from my dad being in my formative years in the VA hospital. So I knew firsthand what it was like.
So
then
you
I
were
wanted
witness to what was going
Exactly.
on and the great need.
Totally. So
When
then,
you first started to organize the food drive, which you
Yeah.
said for the tornado victims, how did you do that?
well, I just went out and went to all different agencies and talked to them, and everybody was so incredibly supportive there during that
So you weren't
event.
using the big social media platform you have now?
No, I went to, it was 2011.
Okay.
So then I went out to different stores, and they were, that whole event was so people oriented. We were the first responders when it happened.
And that
So,
got the ball rolling.
That got the ball rolling, and then, my brother had said that when he was in second grade, he would come home from school and there was nothing in the refrigerator except mustard and bread. So he walked home from school. No one was home. He had a mustard and bread sandwich and walked back to school. And he told me that, and I remember that. And I wanted to do something in the future.
And that stuck in your mind because
Kids are our future.
I know you as the angel for
Right.
the public school department,
Right.
basically,
Yep.
because you have been putting into schools food pantries.
Yep, totally. We have one in Western Worcester County. We have a food pantry in the school. The kids in the Journey program, the last 4 years, put the backpack bags together for us, and we want to make sure that we cover backpack box that we put together, actually boxes of food to go home over school
Right,
vacation.
that's what I wanted to get to. I was trying to
Yeah.
get to that point. So you make sure these kids that you know, they're not just kids in need, they're families in
Right,
need.
totally, totally. We never know, like we're in touch with school counselors and the police department even, you know, and they'll call us and say, we have someone, a mother, single mom, or someone in need, can you help us? And should we dig right in?
And they
jump right
literally
in?
have nothing to eat.
Nothing at
but
all.
They might have
It could
bread
be-
and
yeah, nothing.
Now you make sure that there is these boxes contain like proteins, vitamins,
totally.
they're balanced.
Right. We want to
balanced
make
as
sure.
you can get.
Yep, totally. We want to make sure that over school vacation, that if they don't have school lunches, we're covering that because they wouldn't
Right.
necessarily have access to school lunches. So we also in the winter months provide hats, mittens, gloves, scarves, and all that to cover that whole thing,
Right.
and toiletries and anything that there's a real need for.
So you've implemented food pantries in these public schools. How many?
We're in 5 area schools. We're putting together a program coming up in the fall with Christian Community Church in Sarai Rivera, the Worcester
Yes,
City
yep,
Councilor.
yep,
We're
yep.
working on a future project with her
Yep.
in the school area. We have a pop-up food pantry that we run every 2 weeks for the Puerto Rican families that are here from Hurricane Maria, and we feed them. We've sent boxes of food to Venezuela because
Now, forgive my ignorance. What is a pop-up food pantry?
you bring your table and you set up outside, and the families come.
How do they
and they're
find out about
notified
it?
through the Puerto Rican Community Council and support
okay.
people through the
Okay.
Oksana?
Yeah, Oksana, Luxana is
Okay.
a woman that works with Sarai Rivera. And
So
people
you
like
do
that.
pop-up food pantries from the victims from Puerto Rico,
From Hurricane Maria.
Maria.
Yep. And so we're just, whatever comes up, we'll be there if there's a need.
Now, one of the things that I wanted to stress to our viewers at home is when I first found out about this amazing couple, how they started and what they do to help their community. Your community is huge, first of all.
Right.
I wanted you to know, our viewers, how easy it is to get involved, because these food pantries have specific lists they give you of things that will last
Right.
and are desperately needed.
Totally.
And you're right,
Yeah,
desperately
totally, like,
needed.
Really.
So is there a list of things that are needed? Does it update? Is it on your
It's
Facebook page? Is it-
specifically, it is, but specifically it's like proteins like
It's
chicken,
chicken,
canned
canned.
chicken,
Canned chicken, canned tuna.
The Barilla and another company, Hormel, makes complete meals that
Yes,
you can buy in the store.
And
Raviolis
I myself went to
did.
I went to Shaw's and
You
and
loaded us up.
I
It was
I
great.
loaded you up. And you know what's funny is if I was like, if I have a food drive, am I the only one going to be contributing? And for I did it for like I think 2 weeks, I
Yeah.
think. And for the first like 4 days, the food that I bought was the only food there, and I was like, oh my God, nobody's listening, nobody cares, whatever.
I remember
Then
that.
it started rolling in
did.
like an
That's so good.
avalanche, and it was amazing.
It was great. People are
It was
people can relate.
People can, and one of the things that I wanted to get out is, you have so much donations coming in. You were looking for a space to rent to hold the food.
Right. We have a 3,000 square foot warehouse in Worcester County in the western part that we support through my retirement check
Yeah.
from my being retired, so that we put together, we have rent and electricity that we pay for, and we're looking for, as you always, corporate sponsorship.
Corporate sponsors, because
And
she just glossed over it very quickly. Any money these two people have it goes into the Angels and Backpacks.
Totally, 100%.
This is a nonprofit. There is no, you don't get paid for this.
No, never,
This is
never had
strictly
nothing.
out of the kindness of their huge hearts. Now, why don't you tell our viewers at home websites, Facebook
Okay.
pages, anything you
Okay.
can.
So our website is angelsanswerinc.com, and my email is angel_aid@yahoo.com, and Facebook is Angels Answer Inc. and
All right.
Angels and Backpacks program
Right.
as well.
As usual, we brought you some incredibly inspiring people. Thank you. We'll be right back with more right after this.
Hi, it's me, Amy T.
I'm Amy T's wife. I'm just here for emotional support. She is capable of performing across the country. However, to do this segment for you guys, she's painfully shy and a little awkward. Possibly the reverse, maybe painfully awkward and a little shy. So I'm just here for support. I do want to explain that I do have resting face. I'm not sitting through this and completely miserable. It's just my face.
So beautiful.
Thanks, honey. So, okay, back to you. So tell us what's going on.
I am super excited and grateful to be a part of New England Pride Television with my segment called Experimental Comedy Therapy, because I believe humor is vital to a person's well-being, and it's also ECT, the acronym of how I try to live my life. Be responsible for the energy I bring into this world, practice compassion and tolerance. So I'm super excited. I want to tell you a little bit about myself. I'm a stand-up comedian. I perform all across the country. I'm a huge advocate for mental health awareness. I speak for the National Alliance of Mental Illness. I'm a peer-to-peer facilitator. I'm a peer mentor. It's an organization that is near and dear to my heart since I was diagnosed with bipolar disorder 8 years ago. I was featured in This Is My Brave Boston.
Check it out if you can. It's an amazing organization.
It really is. I'm 8 years sober, so I would love to hear from my sober folks so that we can build a stronger support system within our communities. As you can see, I'm very happily married again.
For the third time.
I know.
Blah, blah, blah.
It's a joke.
Well, it's not a joke. She really has been.
But this one's stuck. We've been together for about a little more than 8 years. We'll be married for 5 in Martin Luther King Day this January, and best thing I ever did.
True. Hashtag fact.
Hashtag.
Enough about us. Tell us what the segment's going to be like. What are you gonna bring?
I think I would like to show the audience just kind of how I live my life through lots of playful humor, maybe some interviews with some of my friends. I would like to do butch makeovers. I have a couple of my friends that are recently single, and I think there would be a perfect opportunity to maybe bring them into the millennium. I think they
Fun.
need some updating. I think that's going to be a lot of
That'll be
fun. I want to do some pay it forwards. I want to do some for the first thing I would like to do is a 30-day challenge. Candace and I are already on day 3 of a 30-day fitness challenge.
Started in May.
Yeah, so we've done it 3 times over the course of the last 3 months, not in a row. But our goal is to do a 30-day random acts of kindness challenge, so that you can see how easy it is to be nice every single day.
And it'll be interesting to see how people perceive and receive kindness. So that will be interesting.
Yes, I think that's going to be a really, really fun next segment. Until next time, this is Amy T with ECT.
Bye.
Thanks again.
Hey kids, really quickly, I want to give a couple of things out to you. First of all, I don't know if you're aware, if you're following the conversion therapy ban, but Maine Governor LePage, and for the millionth time, I am no relation to Governor LePage of Maine. I get that a lot. I am absolutely no relation to this man, nor do I believe in anything he believes in. He vetoed the ban on conversion therapy in Maine, so that's terrible. Governor LePage, that's pretty crappy. Being kind, because it's TV. And I didn't know if you knew that a transgender woman won the first Miss Universe pageant in Spain. That's pretty groundbreaking. The other thing I wanted to tell you, and this is very important, is we're about to begin a ramping up of the outreach program, and Freedom, Massachusetts is looking for employees, and they pay up to $15 an hour for full-time canvassers. This would be an opportunity that interests some of the followers of New England Pride TV and the viewers. ages 18 and older. And I would like to tell you that Freedom for All Massachusetts would like you to contact them for a job, and you can reach them at freedomforallmassachusetts.com. It's that simple. If you're looking for a summer job, Freedom for All is paying an awesome wage for doing some canvassing, and what you'd be doing is making people aware of the November 6th transgender vote, where they're trying to take away equal rights for transgender individuals, and there should be equal rights for all. And it's that simple. So on November 6th, you're going to vote to keep up equality for your transgender brothers and sisters. So remember that. You've got to vote. It means everything. We'll be back. We have come to the end of another episode of New England Pride TV. I'd like to thank our guests today for informing us on such great things that are coming up, great organizations. One of the things that I want to really stress, and I'm going to be stressing it on every show until November 6th, is please vote yes on question 3. Our transgender brothers and sisters deserve equality like everybody else.
Amen. Amen.
So we're going to end the show the way we always do, by saying, please don't be afraid to shine your light.
Because you might be lighting the way for someone in need.
Until next time.
Thank you.
Hey, hey, hey. Tune in, show us you got New England pride. Show us you've got New England pride. Stand up, shout out, show us you got New England pride. Show us you've got New England pride. Mm-hmm. Shabba-ba-ba-ba-ba-dee.